Hello everyone. I know I've done a video on Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and how much I hated it, but while I did that video, it got me thinking about the whole romance that it seemed to focus in on for no apparent reason. And I started thinking, what other franchise that's big and magical and seems to love the whole romance crap? Then one word popped into my head: Twilight. So that's what I've come up with. Yes, that's right. Harry Potter is stealing from Twilight. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most famed childhood franchises of all time is stealing from Twilight. Now I suspect David Yates got into his head, "Hey, this Twilight thing seems very popular. You know what would be great? If I took all the romance in Harry Potter and multiplied and amplified it. And I'm sure I'd get a lot more Twilight fans on board and make even more money. I'll just have to get rid of these useless battle scenes, these plot points and plot development. We don't need that. What we need is romance, because Twilight's proven to me that romance is the way to go. So from now on, Harry Potter will amplify the dark atmosphere and romance. Because battles are for once, romance is the way to go. And the hell they even had that guy who played Cedric Diggory in the fourth book playing the main character as Edward Cullen. It's a sign. Harry Potter must aim to be more like Twilight. Brilliant! That is how I think that friggin' idiot came up with that idea. Alright, I'm then a little angry. It's not fair. I know a lot of people enjoyed the sixth film. I know a lot of people like Twilight, but I'd like to make a comment. Harry Potter is not Twilight. Harry Potter is the magical world of wizardry, sorcery, witchery, and all sorts of unique and ingenious ideas. A world hidden from ours that faces some of the darkest things you could ever think of, but also shows us some great people, noble men like Dumbledore, men like Sirius Black, and all these guys. Yet, they play action scenes. It's a rich universe that doesn't need to steal from Twilight. Harry Potter, the sixth book, had romance. It did, and at the end, Harry starts dating Ginny Weasley and all this. That was fine, because the book balanced that out with so much plot development and history and so much ingeniously well done and just downright sensible things. But by copying Twilight and focusing on romance, because romance is great. I'm predicting now in the next film of Harry Potter, vampires and werewolves will be emphasized. They'll create a new vampire character and a new werewolf character, and they'll be fighting over Hermione Granger. Great, isn't it? Because when I think Harry Potter, I think anything not Twilight-y. Really? We couldn't have Harry Potter standing on his own 2 feet. It's a rich world with its own history and great characters who are well developed, and we've already seen develop over 7 books. Now, Twilight, from what I can comprehend, the main female character has no development, but she's weak, perhaps. the vampire dude is a complete stalker who has a real effed up version of romance. Because when I think of House Charmadel, I think I stalk her at night, watching her unchanging. I'd also focus on how much I care for her. Yeah, you shouldn't, arrange a date, get some roses, dress up nicely, bring her out to a nice restaurant, no stopping and watching her wherever she goes. Yeah, that screams romance. And then the werewolf guy seems to be, I don't know, a complete loser. I'd never associate that with werewolf characters, but yeah, this Teen Jacob guy is obsessed with her, yet he won't take a hint of this. Forgive me, I'm not that familiar, but I do know a lot. Okay, yeah, that's a bit something. I don't read Twilight, but I know a lot about it. I had the sense to look it up on Wikipedia beforehand, so hopefully I got the situation under hand. But still, I'm getting very off topic here. The thing is, I just can't stop saying this enough. I believe David Yates is going to keep stealing from Twilight to try and compensate for his incompetent and horrible film direction of the series. So the next bloody movie of Twilight, of Harry Potter, will be stealing from Twilight. And I suspect, since Twilight, when they had Harry Potter, the final book was the seventh film would be split into two, Twilight copied them. So it seems now Harry Potter will steal from Twilight, and Twilight will steal from Harry Potter. So not only will Twilight have vampires, werewolves, and zombies, and okay, I don't think they're zombies, but you get what I'm hinting at here. Harry Potter, now Twilight will have wizards, witches, and an evil wizard with no nose and no hair. Oh dear, horrible cough. I know people say I'm reading too much into the direction David Yates took, that just he happened to take the romance out of context and mislay a lot of things. But I believe David Yates is turning Harry Potter into Twilight, or is stealing many aspects from Twilight and trying to put that into Harry Potter to try and compensate for his own horrible directing and incompetence. Incompetence, ladies and gentlemen. These men were given great power and led our nation astray. I give up trying to quote President Eden from Fallout 3. I had something there, but never mind. Anyway, look, I really am sorry if I'm bashing in Twilight. I know it's not fair. I know it's not right to like something and have that hated by everyone. And it's not fair that I go and then start yelling about how Twilight sucks. I dislike it and find its portrayal of romance just downright weird. But, if you like Twilight, you like Twilight. But I'd rather Harry Potter not borrow from Twilight, since Harry Potter doesn't need to. It is a great series that doesn't need Twilight influence. So I pray the next Harry Potter films are more faithful and don't steal from Twilight, because if they do, I will kill David Yates. Anyway, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, cheerio and all that type of jazz.